So what's going on, guys? It's Jamie, it's speakboxing. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel before you click onto any of the videos. Also comment below in the comment section if you guys have any opinions on what I'm saying in any of the videos. Like always, it's appreciated if you guys could drop me a quick sub or two on my channel. So Big Baby Jarrell Miller has signed to MATCHROOM. Eddie Hearn's latest new signing is Big Baby Miller. He has signed a multi-fight deal with Eddie Hearn, and the first fight will be this weekend when he fights Marius Wack on the undercard and the chief support of Danny Jacobs against Luis Arias. Danny Jacobs also one of Eddie Hearn's new American signings. So Eddie Hearn is looking to take this seriously. This Matchroom USA, he's already got two good fighters in Danny Jacobs, obviously one of the best middleweights in the world, and Jarrell Miller, who's looking to be one of the top contenders in the heavyweight division. And if he gets past Marius Wack, this weekend is a possible fight with Dillian Whyte on the card next for Jarrell Miller. I think that's a good fight, Big Baby Miller and Dillian Whyte. Like, can you imagine the build-up for that fight? That fight would be fucking hilarious to build up to that fight. Like, both guys are such characters. Both guys are very confrontational, you know what I mean? Like, the build-up to that fight would be epic. The fight itself could be fireworks. Dillian Whyte in his last fight wasn't great against Robert Helenius. That was not a great performance from Dillian Whyte, even though he won most rounds. But at the end of the day, Robert Helenius looked like he just didn't even show up for the fight, you know what I mean? I think he picked up an injury in the second round, and he was basically just surviving, being negative, and Dillian Whyte couldn't get him out of there. So it was a very lackluster fight to say it was the chief support on pay-per-view, you know what I mean? But I think Jarrell Miller could be a good dance partner for Dillian Whyte. I think the hype for that fight would be fun. It'd be interesting. And I think it's a good style matchup because Dillian Whyte is a decent boxer. Like, Dillian Whyte's a good all-round fighter. You know what I mean? He does a lot of good things in there, Dillian Whyte. And he's definitely worked on his stamina and stuff like that. Jarrell Miller is very physically strong. He likes to impose his physical size on guys. Like, he's 6'4". But not only is he 6'4", he weighs in at about 290 plus for fights, so he's got a tremendous weight difference against most of his opponents, even if there are bigger opponents he's facing, guys like Gerald Washington in his last fight, who's 6'6", but he outweighed him by 50 pounds, you know what I mean? And in the fight, he managed just to put that size on Gerald Washington, and it totally knackered Gerald Washington and totally zapped his energy, and that's what got him the victory and the stoppage in that fight. Against Marius Wack this weekend, I'm not sure if he'll stop Marius Wack, but I think he'll win the rounds. I think he'll outwork Marius Wack, and I think he'll get the decision. And him and Dillian Whyte, that is obviously a good fight for both fighters. Both guys are on the hunt for a world title shot. Maybe it could be some sort of final eliminator for a title. Like, Dillian Whyte's highly ranked with the WBC. I don't know how highly ranked Big Baby Miller is, but I think that fight could be very interesting, Dillian Whyte and Jarrell Miller. So yeah, Jarrell Miller signs with Eddie Hearn. Obviously, he's looking for an Anthony Joshua fight at the end of it, you know what I mean? He's looking for a heavyweight title fight, and he feels like Anthony Joshua is the guy. He says that he'll beat Anthony Joshua, he'll knock him out and stuff like that, but obviously easier said than done. But I think Jarrell Miller needs a couple more fights because he hasn't really been a professional that long. He's only took boxing seriously for the past 5 years. Before that, he was a kickboxer. So I think he needs to fight a few contenders before he gets in there with the likes of Anthony Joshua. And Dillian Whyte's already been there with Anthony Joshua. Obviously, he lost that fight, but he wants John A. Wilder. He's highly ranked with the WBC, but I think he needs a couple of fights. Like that performance against Robert Helenius, I don't think that's a good enough performance to go into a world title shot after, you know what I mean? I think he needs a couple more fights, and I think Big Baby Miller is the perfect fight. So yeah, comment below in the comment section, what do you guys think of this? Do you think this is a good signing from Eddie Hearn? Do you want to see Whyte and Big Baby Miller fight early on in 2018? Comment below in the comment section. It's JM, it is speakboxing.